I don't know how many people knows about the Japanese actress named Kiki Kirin. That was her last performance, and she actually really wants to make this film, and she actually put together herself as a producer, and Kirin and I had good friendship for last 15 years of
係啦，我咁簡概講翻，其實阿導演都提到，其實樹木希林女士啦，其實就係呢套戲嘅監製嚟嘅。咁但係樹木希林女士就過咗身啦，舊年9月。咁但係其實阿樹木希林女士都好想將呢一套電影拍成呢個故仔拍成電影，咁所以就揾咗阿導演嚟同佢合作咁樣嘅。Okay. I think is this story actually based on real events, or maybe a collection of real events, or maybe just one individual?
Yes, there's a woman who got caught. You know, she was actually a con artist. Basically, she was 60 years old, pretend to be 38 years old. And it's just like exactly like the film was, yeah. And Kirin thought that kind of shows what's going on in the society and the woman in general, because it used to be the man who lied, family and the wife, and tried to make a girlfriend outside in South Asia, stuff like that. But now these days, woman has more freedom, and she thought it has a lot of darkness in our modern life. Yeah, and she thought it has a more, and I want to make the classic drama in it with modern life. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you will have a lot of questions to ask the director, Yuichi. I mean, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. Our colleague will pass to the microphone. 我哋同事會俾個咪你嘅，請舉手啦。如果有任何問題嘅話，有任何意見咧？後邊嗰位朋友。
Director, you said she passed away. Is it that she got some chronic disease or cancer, so that she knows that she knew that she won't last, so that's why she want to make this film as her so-called last film?
There's two reasons. One was, you're right. She knew that she doesn't have a lot of life to live. She had a cancer all over her body in the last probably 10 years. And another reason, the main actress, her name is Miyoko Asada. She was like Kirin's daughter to her. And since Kirin has a lot of good experience going around film festival, international film festival, she really want her to be more serious about acting, and this production was particularly when she asked me to direct this piece. One of the condition was I have to use her in the main actress. Yeah. So that was two reasons. Yes.
Okay. Any other questions? 有冇其他問題想問日比游一導演咧？
Thank you. I enjoy the film very much, but I noticed that it has a very specific style to it. It's a format that is special. The shooting is special. Can you speak to the style of the film, please?
Oh. It's basically the format Horatio is a 4:3, which is the old style of television format. Now these days it's more like a 16:9, which is a little longer. The reason why is that was my first feature film in Japan, although I was born in Japan. I was raised and born in Japan, but I spent time in the United States. I've been living in New York for the last 35 years. So I wanted to portray about my country. My background is a photographer, and I hate sign like McDonald's and all that. And Japan, and particularly like Hong Kong too, everywhere you're trying to frame, it has a sign. And I try to avoid that. And that was one of the reasons why. And also that I want to have more feeling of look into it, like something about the underground society, which is about them. So I think that was that. Yeah.
But by
I don't know I can answer your question correctly, but
by leaving out the signs, I mean, we don't really actually identify as such that this is Japan because there are no distinct signs at all.
Yes.
Is it an intention to say that, well, this story or the emotions in it is actually quite universal?
Yes, and that's what I wanted. I always want my photography. If I look at my photography, there's no sign, and it can be anywhere. Like people like I like Kurosawa movie. It doesn't. It's he always make the film about the samurai period, but it's about the human condition, and it could be anywhere around the world, and that's the kind of story I like, and so.
Okay, any other questions from the audience?
Yeah, hi. I enjoyed the movie as well.
Thank you.
There's a part of the thing that I missed from the story that I think toward the last part of the movie, her Thai boyfriend called the police.
Even the gas station?
No, you said the journalist asked him, was
Oh,
that you
in
who
the-
called the police? I was thinking, what are you trying to imply here, or whether it's, what the motive behind the real story? Thank you.
I'm not quite understand your question.
Why
Yeah.
did her Thai boyfriend call the police in the real event? I cannot see the
I'm
real
sorry,
motive.
why Thai boyfriend?
Why did the Thai boyfriend call the police, or actually, why did?
Why
was it implied that
No,
he
I want the audience to. If you feel that way, it doesn't really say that was true or not.
Yeah, that's what
If you feel that, that's okay. But if you don't believe it, he didn't call. That's also okay. I just leave it up to you.
that's what I was thinking.
Yes,
I was
sorry.
thinking, what are you implying here? What are you trying
What
to imply?
my pride? Because I interview him, and he answered very ambiguous. So I really thought that he called, but in the film I want the same way. And I think that could be because I don't like the film that it gives the too much exact answer. Yes. I interviewed the real victim, like this big scene, and I interviewed all these people, and 3 of the women who expressed so strongly, and they mentioned that Erica is one of the victims. So I thought that was very interesting. It's a greed. She was definitely a victim of greed. Yeah.
So she's not just a perpetrator. I mean, she's also a victim of circumstances.
Yeah, and I think that's what we live in a society that, I mean, we're always back to back. You can't just say you murder someone. You have to really understand their circumstances to know why the person killed the other one, Yeah.
I think this film does a very good job in looking at not just the crime, but also the cause of the crime.
I hope so.
Oh, are there any other members of the audience who would like? Okay, this gentleman again.
Ask the older lady. The older lady that appears at the beginning and also at the end, she put to the age's home. What kind of function you portray that lady and her relationship with Erica?
You mean the mother?
Yeah. What do you want to convey?
Oh, what do I
through their
convey?
relationship and or their conversation or their interaction?
Well, as a filmmaker, I wish I have. I mean, this is like a kind of excuse. I watched the gang yesterday. I didn't have enough time to develop about, if you ask me really, but because of their acting between them, it has a develop of, because I don't like the film to explain too much, with the dialogue, but I was hoping that to gain about, because of the her father's relationship between the wife and the husband. You mean Erica's mother and father is like that? It's kind of common sense that she, in the old days, especially like in Japan, or I'm not sure about the China, but especially in Japan, the woman has to be kind of always quiet about what's going on, and the mother didn't really want her to be that way, the way she was carry on with her husband, and she accept that everything what she does. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sure you still have a lot of questions to ask, because actually this is a film which, Yuichi, am I correct? I mean that you're trying to also ask some questions for the audience to think about.
Yes.
When they're leaving.
I hope so.
Yes. So, okay. So maybe we should all reflect on that, and then shall we give another round of applause to Yuichi Hibi?